Well, aloha again from the GOAT, working very hard on a non-greatest of all time sports traveler day. It's a Monday. Mondays are not big sports days around the world, unless it's Monday Night Football, of which it's not because I'm in French Polynesia, on the island of Moorea. That would be M-O-O-R-E-A, which you can see behind me. Another shitty day in paradise for the GOAT in Oceania. French Polynesia, that one particular harbor. Dressed for the occasion, as the legend JB would say. That would be the late, great Jimmy Buffett. So this is Moorea. Let's say about a 10-minute ride from the ferry terminal. This large body of water you see here separates the island of Moorea from Tahiti. Sports perspective, I saw some football here yesterday. In fact, I've seen 3 gorgeous football pitches here on the island of Moorea, and I shall post them to MrSportsTravel.com, for I am the GOAT. I did promise that I would pan in and show you these 2 islands, at least from the island of Moorea. And so I'm going to get out of the camera now and do that. But before I do that, may I humbly remind you, even at 51 with a bad sunburn as usual, I am the greatest of all time. Sports traveler. 7 continents, more than 70 countries, more than 70 sports. That would be different sports on 7 continents, 70 countries. No, there's no sports on Antarctica. I did spike a Nerf football. Now, I'm going to show you this island, at least from this beach. And I'm going to show you Tahiti, because I am the GOAT. So you can't see it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, but this direction is the ferry terminal. There's a little bay in there. And if I pan out and turn this bad boy this way, you can see the mountains. A lot of seaweed on this beach. Not a fan of the seaweed. It's not my favorite beach, but we'll take it. A lot of mountains, a lot of clouds there. So this is Moorea. And of course, being the GOAT, I will post a lot of other pictures, including my favorite beach, of which this is not one. At my favorite beach this morning, it was windy, so you wouldn't have heard a damn thing I said. Now, you see in the distance, ladies and gentlemen, I have some breaking news. I have breaking news of what's in the distance. And the breaking news is, I'm still pretty. Now we're looking at Tahiti. Now it's about a 40-minute boat ride to the island of Tahiti. This is the most populated island, the capital of Papeete. Not a big fan of the capital. It's kind of, not much. Basically a cruise port, that's all it is. I'm staying about 4 kilometers south in a neighborhood, get an experience of the French Polynesian Tahiti culture. Now Tahiti is one of many islands here in French Polynesia, and I'm on Moorea. So you can see Tahiti behind me, the most populous island, and I believe the largest. Don't quote me on the geography part, it's definitely the most populated. And on Tahiti, here I saw football yesterday, 2 matches, one way down that way and one way down that way. And then today I saw a beautiful soccer pitch way down that way. So 3 soccer pitches, 2 matches for the GOAT here on the island of Moorea. On Tahiti, I've also seen 2 matches for football. One in Fa, which is near the airport, and the other in Papeete, which is the capital. And then I've seen some archery and some swimming in Papeete. And then near where I'm staying, which I cannot pronounce it, Polynesia. I'm going to say that's the pronunciation. I'm probably getting it wrong. I said it was the greatest sports traveler. I didn't say I was the greatest pronunciation of terms in French Polynesia. So I'm saying in Polynesia, we're going to call it that for now. I'll put the spelling on the YouTube. And I saw this sport. It's kind of like bocce ball, and I'll put those pictures. It's a French sport. I think it's like P-E-Q-U-E-N-E or something or other. Boring bocce ball type sport, but it was interesting kind of observed. And I saw that. It was my second day here on 19 October. So, having a good time here in French Polynesia. Light breeze, mostly sunny, a little overcast, but overall, beautiful day. Another shitty day in paradise. And honor of the great Jimmy Buffett as we look toward Tahiti, that one particular harbor, so far but yet so near. And I shall stop singing because I am not the greatest of all time musician nor singer, but I did try. So coming here to Tahiti, French Polynesia in the Oceania continent, the GOAT has now seen sports on 4 continents as of today, 23 October 2023. It actually as of the 21st, because that's when I saw the 2 at Tahiti, the 2 football matches, and then here yesterday, 22 October, which was a Sunday, fun day. So it's Monday, 23 October, one of the deadest days on the sports calendar in terms of days of the week. Not a big sports calendar day. Although, I might surprise you and see some basketball tonight if I make the ferry back to Tahiti, which you see in the distance. Ferry terminal here, Tahiti here. I gotta get there first. But there you have Tahiti in the distance. Weather very erratic. Now the wind has picked up. First 2 days I was here, it rained, rained, rained. Then the sun broke like around 4 o'clock. Beautiful sunset about 2 hours later. You wouldn't have thought it like 3:30. You would have thought, you know, the island's gonna flood with water. Today, drove around this island by bus, Gus, island of Moorea, and you saw those clouds I posted, that I showed in the video earlier. And there was rain on one side of the island, so it's kind of like the big island in Hawaii. You have a dry side, a wet side. That was it. Now we're back on the, I guess this would be, I want to say geographically, we are northeast, on the northeastern side of Moorea, and where the rain was this morning was the southwest side. So beautiful day here, the GOAT of sports travel. I left on 22 August on this trip, so now it has been 2 months and 1 day, and I've lost count of the countries I've seen on this trip. I want to say Asian specific countries, about 18. We got a dog coming into the camera here soon, pay attention, although I may not be showing it up on the beach. It's a Spuds MacKenzie dog. Remember that Spuds MacKenzie? Spuds MacKenzie, go! Spuds, go! If I can zoom in on that bad boy going up the beach. I think I saw like 18 countries for sports from 22 August to 16 October, with a week in there going to Australia to see the AFL Championship, the NRL Championship, that would be the Australian Rules Football, National Rugby League, some basketball, some cricket, and I think that's all I saw in August, but I will be going back to August, and that was from 23 September, oh, I saw the ice hockey, the NHL series, 23 September to 1 October. And then the rest of it has been Asia, finishing Asia up in India. So I think this is like my 20th, maybe 21st country on this trip. And it's been 2 months and a day. So having a great time. Got to get moving on so I catch that ferry. Remember always, I am the greatest of all time, sports traveler. And most of all, even as the sun is dipping away and the little clouds coming in, I'm still pretty. Ah!